This is Domestic Report from Accolade News. We're starting with a focus on politics. Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, has declared that it is his turn to govern Oyo State, echoing the famous Emi Lokan slogan popularized by President Bola Tinubu during the 2023 presidential election. Speaking at an event, Adelabu said he has paid his dues, recalling his previous governorship bids in 2019 and 2023 against incumbent Governor Seyi Makinde. He urged party members to work collectively towards his victory. Adelabu, a former deputy governor of operations at the Central Bank of Nigeria, first contested under the APC before joining the Accolade party in 2022, only to return to the APC after his appointment as minister in 2023. He clarified that his return to the ruling party was not driven by personal ambition, but a desire to support President Tinubu's administration. More on politics, the African Democratic Congress has criticized President Bola Tinubu for what it described as his administration's insensitivity to escalating insecurity across Nigeria. In a statement, the party's National Publicity Secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, accused the president of neglecting his constitutional duty as commander-in-chief while attending social and political events, despite nationwide killings and adoptions. Abdullahi cited written attacks in Kwara and Kogi states, where residents were forced to provide ransoms and travelers were killed or kidnapped, adding that over 180 schools in northern Nigeria have been shut due to insecurity. The ADC condemned the government's repeated claims of progress in combating insecurity, describing them as a tragic denial of reality, and faulted Tinubu for failing to visit affected communities. The party urged the federal government to take urgent, transparent and coordinated action to protect lives and restore public confidence. Still talking politics, former Oyo State Governor Adams Oshiomhole has cautioned ex-President Goodluck Jonathan against yielding to pressure to contest the 2027 presidential election, warning that doing so could tarnish his hard-earned legacy. Oshiomhole argued that only Jonathan's enemies would urge him to re-enter the race, asserting that the All Progressive Congress would easily defeat him again. He praised Jonathan's 2015 concession speech as a defining moment that cemented his reputation as a statesman, advising him to maintain that status and remain relevant outside power. According to Oshiomhole, Jonathan's political influence in the South has won since leaving office, making any comeback unrealistic. Now moving to business, Aliko Dangote has led the groundbreaking of a $2.5 billion fertilizer plant in Gode, Ethiopia, in partnership with Ethiopian Investment Holdings. According to a statement by the Dangote Group, the project, expected to produce 3 million metric tons of urea annually, will be one of the world's largest fertilizer complexes. Leveraging Ethiopia's vast natural gas reserves, the facility aims to boost agricultural productivity, create jobs, and strengthen food security across the Horn of Africa. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed described the project as a symbol of shared responsibility and regional cooperation, while Dangote commended Ethiopia's economic reforms and infrastructure investments. He said the venture would position Ethiopia as a regional fertilizer hub and signal the start of a broader industrial cooperation in Africa. The Gode plant marks Dangote's second major investment in Ethiopia after its 2.5 MTPA cement plant. Now in education, the Kwara State government has scrapped the Parents Teachers Association levy in all public primary schools, replacing it with an annual grant to ease the financial burden on families. Announcing the decision at the bid opening for the 2024 UBEC and SUBEB intervention project, the State Universal Basic Education Board Chairman, Professor Shehu Adaramaja, said Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak approved the policy to ensure free and equitable access to basic education across the state. The government will now provide running costs for 1,717 public schools and supply free English and mathematics textbooks to pupils. Shehu added that the 2024 intervention projects include classroom construction, toilet facilities, solar-powered boreholes, and digital literacy upgrades, while counterpart funding for the 2025 UBEC and SUBE projects have already been approved. He cautioned contractors to adhere strictly to project standards, warning that substandard work would not be tolerated. Now on insecurity, a coalition of youth groups under the banner of Concerned Plateau Youth has urged security agencies to allow residents of violence-prone communities in Plateau State to legally bear arms for self-defense against bandit and militia attack. Speaking at a press conference in Jos, the group's coordinator Gershon Ahuta said the appeal was not a call for lawlessness, but a plea for survival amid persistent invasion by armed herdsmen and bandits. Ahuta lamented that while attackers wield sophisticated weapons with impunity, local youths were denied the same rights to defend their people and were often arrested when found with locally made guns. The coalition demanded the immediate release of those arrested and called on authorities to review existing firearm laws to enable communities to defend themselves legally. Still talking security, the Nigerian army has refuted media reports alleging that bandits overran its troops and carted away with 6 general-purpose machine guns and over 30,000 rounds of ammunition in Obanla, Kwara State. In a statement, the Deputy Director of Army Public Relations, 2nd Division, Lieutenant Colonel Polycarp Okoye, described the report as false and misleading, stressing that troops of the 148th Battalion had continued to record significant operational successes in ongoing clearance operations across Kogi and Kwara State. Okoye urged the public to disregard the fabricated report, which he said was aimed at undermining troop morale, and to continue providing credible intelligence to aid security operations. The denial follows a recent deadly bandit attack in Okoede, Kwara, which left at least 15 people dead and forced mass displacements for residents. Now in crime. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has busted 2 major drug cartels responsible for 6 cocaine consignments concealed in stainless cups, body creams, and hair gel containers following weeks of coordinated intelligence operation across Lagos. Agency spokesman Femi Babafemi said the 5 suspects, including the ringleader Alhaji Ahmed Ode, who posed as a businessman and real estate developer, were arrested. Ode allegedly masterminded a 13.4 kg cocaine shipment intercepted at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport on September 16, 2025. Investigation also exposed another syndicate attempting to export multiple cocaine-laden consignments to the UK, leading to the arrest of a furniture maker, Smith Korode, and others. Commending his officers, NDLEA chairman Buba Mawa vowed that the agency would continue to dismantle every identified drug network, stressing that each arrest and seizure represent lives saved and communities protected. That is the domestic news update. For now, on to Accolade News. Do stay with us for more domestic updates and development. I am Blessing Bassi.